Okay, YouTube singers, this video will offer Italian pronunciation help for the aria Mi chiamano Mimì by Puccini. It's Mimi's first aria from La Bohème. We will go through all of the tips to getting your Italian to be without accent when you sing. If you're getting the note that your Italian is substandard or it needs to be improved, or you've sung this aria and you'd like to hone your skills, this is the video for you. So before we go through the text, I would like to direct your attention to the description box below, where I have written the text out for the aria with everything that is not phonetic, the phrasal doublings, the open vowels, and the assimilations. And besides that, there are a few links below to my website, my email, my Facebook fan page. And the most important link there is a pronunciation dictionary that's online that is available for use. It's a tremendous resource. It's the RISE site, so you can either follow the link or when you do a Google search, just type in RAI dizionario, and this site will come up. You can put in any word, and it'll tell you whether it's open or closed. There's also a little playback button, so you can play the words and hear how they're pronounced. And what I love about it the most is that it acknowledges the existence of assimilation, and besides giving you the open and closed vowels, it gives you phrasal doublings. So they'll actually have whole lines there where you'll see all of the non-phonetic things that happen in Italian in action, where one word will double another and things like that. So it's a tremendous resource. I've been using it for years. It's been around for over 10 years, and I highly suggest you go there and check things out. So what we will do with this is we will go through each word and explore all of the mistakes that could be made and the tips to getting your Italian to sound really good in the theater. And this is lyric Italian diction. This is no way spoken Italian, which is different. The other thing is, even though Puccini is sort of a modern libretto, no one speaks with this type of grammar. Everything in a libretto is very, very poetic. So again, this is lyric Italian, and these are tricks so that you will be understood in the theater. So let's go one word at a time. So from the beginning, si. The word si for yes is a strong monosyllable. So a monosyllable is a one-syllable word. A strong monosyllable causes the next word, if it starts with a consonant, to have a double consonant, right? So even though there's this big old rest when you sing the first note and the second note, she can't think of what to say, so she would say si mi chiamano. So across that rest, si mi chiamano. You see, so there's a big space and there's a double consonant. Now the double consonant itself is very soft. It's just enough to add a little spice. Si mi chiamano. So how do I do a double M? Is basically by phonating on the M just a little bit. Okay, so I don't linger very long, but just enough to give it double. Okay, so the next word, mi. This is a weak monosyllable. So the weak monosyllable versus a strong monosyllable, the weak monosyllable does not cause a phrasal doubling. They're easier to memorize in Italian because there are very few of them. You can count them on both hands. Okay, so mi, lo, le, la, li. A lot of prepositions and a lot of pronouns are weak and they do not double. And we'll go through them in a case-by-case basis. Okay, so chiamano, chiamano. So the CHI is hard, right? Chiamano. So the stress, this is the they tense, the they present tense. So any they word that they do something, the accent is on a strange syllable, like parlano. Okay, they speak. Chiamano. So it's on the antepenultimate. Most Italian is on the penultimate syllable, the second to last syllable, right? So this one is chiamano, and you have still two more syllables to go before the stress. Okay, Mimì. Accent is on the end. So here's one that's on the ultimate. Mimì. Next. So ma is a strong monosyllable, but the next word starts with a vowel, so nothing really happens, right? So ma, il, mio, mio. So the possessive pronouns have usually a stress on the first vowel and the second vowel is weaker. Mio, nome. Okay, so the O in nome is closed. So O's in Italian can either be open or closed on a stress. The stress, the accent of the word. Okay, now the good news is the ones that do not fall on the accent are the E's and the O's are all closed, right? So what I mean by closed E is A, like hey, right? Without the glide in English, hey. What I mean by open E is like head or ed, without, again, the glide. And what I mean by glide is when we speak English, our jaw moves and harmonizes after a vowel. In Italian, there's no harmonization, so you just stay on one track. So right? But we say head, and we close our jaw as we say it. So there's a glide. If you were Italian, you'd say head. It would just stop. Okay, so open E, A. Close the A. Open O, A. Closed O. So now, on the unstressed, the ones that are not on the accent of the word, it's going to be always A or O, closed. It's only the stress we have to worry about. Okay, so now the stress can be either open or closed, and there are no rules. So you basically have to memorize the words that are open. Okay, so you can either do it case by case again with each aria and make sure you're marking the open in your aria and memorize word by word, or you can just memorize them forever, which is more advanced thing to do. So nome. So we know the A is closed because it's unstressed. This is a stressed O, but it is closed. Now, here's another thing in this word, single M. A lot of people sing nome, so that's a double M. How do we distinguish double M from single M? That double M phonates. So if I were to say nome, I'm wrong, right? Because I phonated the M. So if I did nome, it's single M. Now, I might be trying to avoid double M, and I go nome or nome. Even really soft, you see it's still double M no matter what I do, as long as I phonate it. So to get rid of double M and get single M, you have to elongate the vowel. So nome, and you just kind of flip the M. Okay, going on. So first two words you should memorize as being open and closed is the word that's two words that are made with an E, right? A, right? So and is A, closed. The word for is a, and it distinguishes itself by having an accent grave, right? So a is open, is, he is, it is, okay? A, and. Both of them are strong monosyllables. So the next word, this is LLucia. See, so I doubled the L. And again, L's, N's, and M's doubled by phonation. L. So if I stay on that L, LLucia. So you see double L because of the strong monosyllable, not because of anything else. So the strong monosyllable causes the next consonant to double. So the word Lucia, there are two kinds of I's in Italian, like in this kind of thing, right? There is the kind where the E is actually a full vowel, and then there's the other where it's a semi-vowel, like ja or cho, right? Where it's just there to soften a consonant. So this one, Lucia, one ch, not Lucia, Lucia. Okay, great. Going on. La. Here's a definite article that's a weak monosyllable. I hear all the time. La storia. Right? With the S hissed. Does not double. La storia. Right? So, la storia. One S. Storia. So you have an open O on a stressed. Again, you have to memorize them all, right? All of the accented vowels are either open or closed, and you have to memorize. This one is open, okay? So now we have a single R. Notice, storia. It's just a flipped R. It's not storia. It's not rolled in this case. There are others that are rolled. So the rule for R is if the R is surrounded by vowels, it is flipped. If the R touches a consonant or it's final and doesn't touch anything, it's rolled. Okay, so in this case, the R is surrounded by vowels, so it is flipped. Mia, possessive pronoun. Again, the accent is E, and then the A is weak. And here is again, open E. Bbrɛve, double B. Now, double B, and Americans do double B very well, too well, actually. So if I were to coach somebody and I weren't careful with how I gave this information, that person would go bbrɛve and really just stop and clamp your jaw and really double it with a vengeance. Italians double B by not stopping phonation, right? So it's bbrɛve, double B, right? Bbrɛve, one B. Bbrɛve, too much maybe. Bbrɛve, did you see that? Bbrɛve, just enough. And my vocal cords never stop like this. Bbrɛve, no. It's not like tutto. So if you have a double T later on, you will stop phonation. Double B does not. So you cannot treat it the same way. Okay. Bbrɛve. The R is rolled because it touches the B. Right? Bbrɛve. Open E on the stressed. The unstressed, again, all the unstressed vowels are closed. So it's open E, closed E. Let's go on. Ttela. So notice I did a double T. So a double T does indeed stop phonation, right? Because the word is a strong monosyllable. The preposition. Ttela. Now, the stop dictates the power of the emotion, okay, not the T itself. The other thing to notice is that I don't do two T's. So we're saying, by doing this, we're saying we're doing a double T. But we're not doing two T's, you see? We're not going ttela. We're not doing a T on either side of the space. We do stop phonation. Go up to the T, don't say it. Ttela. You see how that's done, right? So you say the vowel, you stop phonation, you go up to the T, you don't say it, then you say it. Now it's up to you whenever you want to say the T, and it also depends on what kind of time you have. But if you have time, you can do it however you want. You can say ttela. And that's why you can do these across big rests, and sometimes composers put in rests to indicate that they spoke a double T and they say, ooh, how do I write this? And then they write it down like that, you see. So and now the E is stressed and it's closed. One L. Ttela, not ttela. Okay? See, a lot of mistakes. One little word, you can make 5 different mistakes in this word. Going on. Sseta. So, again, is a strong monosyllable. The O and the go together. Every vowel you see in Italian is always the same. Right? You'll always pronounce it, no matter what. You don't leave anything out. You don't harmonize. Sseta. So, close the E, double S because of the strong monosyllable. Going on. Ricamo. So, one M. Right? I hear a lot, ricamo, in casa. Okay, so when you sing, when you speak, it's single S and it's unvoiced, right? But when you sing, you probably should voice the S. It's better. Your vocal cords don't come apart, right? So in casa. What happened to the N? The N assimilates to the K sound I'm about to make with the middle of my tongue. I'm going to say casa. Note the position of your tongue when you say casa. It's the middle of the tongue. The N goes right there. In casa. Okay, so N assimilates to whatever the next consonant is. It anticipates it. Okay? E ffuɔri. So double F, because A is and, closed, strong monosyllable. Ffuɔri. Single R, open O. A lot of things that are O become open. Fuoco. Right? And then also the fuoco, the older version. Cuore, core. So there's one formula. You can use giuoco, gioco. So a lot of those words are open. Okay, same with fuori. Son tranquilla. So this becomes all one word, so I'm going to do it together. So sono, I am. The stressed O is closed. Okay? Now, I'm going to say tranquilla. Tranquilla. Okay, so son, the N goes there. I'm exaggerating, right? You're not going to hang on that N as long as I am. But the N does phonate, and it does sing, and it does have pitch. Son tranquilla. So look at how many of those consonants have phonation. Son tranquilla. So you have to nail all of those, right? Son tranquilla. So double L, N going into the Q, the R rolls, the N into the T. I went backwards, right? So all of those you have to hit. Lliɛta. So the E is open in a single T. Now we love to double T after an open vowel, right? So most of us will sing lliɛta to get a single T, but it's lliɛta, right? Not lliɛta, right? That's the one thing we want to avoid. Open E, single T. Now the word before it is A, and again that's a strong monosyllable, so the L doubles. So if I put the two words together, it's lliɛta. Okay, so we're going through with a fine-tooth comb, right? We're gonna do every single letter, every single word. Let's go on. Ed. So close D, open E. Ed is just a beautiful thing because the D is there for beauty. The D means nothing. It's still and, right? Eda. The A is open. The A is a strong monosyllable, so it's mmio, double M, because the A doubles the M. Mmio. Okay. Svago. Svago. That's what SV does. Svago, right? So it's just a Z. Svago. It's a Z before the V, right? The Italian says, I'm going to go to sleep. If a person has a heavy accent. Sleep, not sleep. Sleep. Svago. Okay, 1G. Let's go on. Alright, we're going to go faster now because I'm getting more and more principles, more and more formulas I get out of the way. Far. The R rolls because it's following, it's final and the consonants after. Gigli. So the li is what I find missing, right? Because we don't have enough energy. We don't have enough flesh when we speak in English. So when you speak in Italian, there's a lot of flesh, right? So to do li is two things. You're doing, if I go backwards, it's yi, Y-I, preceded by L. So you're way up here, tip of your tongue, yi. So you can go backwards to practice. Yi, Y-I, yi. And then you can do it fast. Li, li. Okay, so gigli. Okay, next. A, here's A again. So strong monosyllable. Now your R in rrɔse is supposed to be singular because it's surrounded by vowels. But A is a strong monosyllable, so you would say rrɔse. So this is the exception, right? So if the strong monosyllable is a vowel, your R is now surrounded by vowels and it rolls. Typically Italian, right? I made a rule and I found an exception. Rrɔse. Okay, open O in that word. Closed O at the end. We know that all of the unstressed, all of the unaccented E's and O's are closed. Mi, weak monosyllable, right? Not mi piaccion. I hear that a lot. Mi piaccion, right? So double C, piacciono. So the O is closed. Again, it's these things please me. They do something. It's the antepenultimate stress. Okay, so the double ch sound, again, you elongate the vowel before you may go up to the consonant while making a space, and you don't say the consonant and then you say it. Piaccion, right? Piacciono. Now, when you speak, you could say piacciono, right, with a shorter vowel. When you sing, the vowel has to be longer before the double C, because you don't want to be mi piaccion, right? Mi piaccion, right? So it's elegant. The legato stays. There's just a slight space. Quelle. So quelle. Double L. Stressed E that is closed. Cause. Open O. Closed E. Che. An. This becomes one word because H is like another vowel, right? Kean. Right? Kean. So it's ea. You think about the vowels. Kean. Going on. Si. Ddolce. So the word for yes and for so, like, it's so cloudy out, is si, right? And this doubles. Si dolce. So just double D. So to do double D, again, you elongate the vowel, you go up to the D, you don't say it. Si dolce. And it's because it's sweet, it's soft, it's a very small doubling, right? Malìa. The accent is on the I. Malìa, single L, right? Not malìa. That's the common mistake I hear. Che is a strong monosyllable. Che parlano. See? So double P. They speak. Again, antepenultimate stress. Che parlano. Roll the R. Y. It touches an L. Single N. Y. Because it's surrounded by vowels. A lot of mistakes, right? Che parlano. I could double the N. Very easy, right? To do, right? Che parlano. D'amore. Closed O. And I'm exaggerating the closed O, right? D'amor. So, closed O, rolled R. Because it's final. Alright, you don't want to double the M. You'll sound like you're from Naples. D'amore. Right? Double M is Neapolitan dialect. Single M. D'amor, right? Di prima. So di. I want to talk about di. It's a weak monosyllable. Di of when it's the word for day, poetic. Nobody says di anymore. If you go up to somebody and they say buon di, they'll laugh at you because you're like speaking poetry. Because the modern word is giorno for day, right? But there's a di with an accent that means day. That one doubles. This one, di of, is a weak monosyllable. And I hear all the time, di prima, right? Prima. So rolled R, vere, open E. So primavere. Okay, going on. Here's the D again, weak monosyllable, di sogni. And GNI is gni, like the nye in lasagne, right? Lasagna. I don't know why we say lasagna. The Italians say lasagne. We say lasagna. Why is that singular? And then we get everything else right. So sogni e di. Okay, so now the D doubles because the A is a strong monosyllable. Chimɛre, open E on the stress, close D at the end. Chimɛre, not a rolled R, right? Single R, flipped R. Okay. Quelle, all of these words, quello, questo, they're all closed, right? So the stress is closed. Cause, right? We've already had that. Open O. Now here's an interesting phenomenon. You have chiamano. So when you have one word that ends with the same consonant as the next word, the Italians kind of make it one word. Nome. So double N, and it's like it's one word. Chiamano. Okay? We've already had all these words, so I'm not going to go through it, right? Poesia. Everything in that first, the O and the E are closed because the accent is on zia, and all unstressed vowels are closed. Lei, open E. M'intende, open E in the middle on the stressed. M'intende. Notice what happens to the ends. Listen to the ends. M'intende. I did it in slow motion as you sing. Okay, going on. Mi chiamano Mimì. We already had that. Perché. So the stressed E at the end is closed. Now, there are accents at the end, and they can go either way. Depends on where you see them. They would either make them accent grave or aigu, right? Depending on who's publishing the book. They mean nothing according to the pronunciation other than showing stress, right? They can be open or closed. And again, you have to memorize them all. In this instance, it's closed. Now, you'll see others like piat, foot, open, right? So, again, you have to memorize them all. So, il perché. So, perché, because it ends on a strong syllable, it doubles. So, things that end on a strong syllable, like the future tense, sarà deciso, right? See something like that? It will double the next consonant. So, il perché non so. S-O is open. So. We say so. First sign of American, right? You can always tell. Sola, closed O. Mi fa, open. Il pranzo. Look what happened to the Z. It's DZ in this word. Pranzo. Right? Da me, double M. Da is a strong monosyllable. Stay, sa. Now, I said it the way you would sing it. Stay, sa. When you speak, you can say stessa with the S hissing like that. When you sing in the theater, that would be ugly. So you have to separate. So whatever is on the first, if you have two notes for this word, which we will have, right? The first note gets stay, the second note gets sa. Stay, sa. Almost like you would do another double consonant. Next, non vado. So, look at what happens. The first N, non vado. What happened to the second N? It assimilated into the V. Okay? So, what do I mean by that? What exactly happened there? I am about to say vado. Look what happens. For me to say a V, I have to get my lip and brush it across my top teeth like this. Vado. The same thing happens to F. Franto. Okay, so any N that precedes that V or an F, the fricatives, it will assimilate. So I will do this. Invado. Infranto. Does that make sense? So, did you see? It never goes in my mouth. Now, what if I were to put the N in my mouth. I'm reading, I look at that, I see N-O-N, I put an N in my mouth. Non vado. What happened? I want to make legato, so I keep the phonation going, right? So I put the N in my mouth. Non vado. What happens? I have a shadow vowel. Not only that, I have to come out of position. Instead of the more efficient non vado, right? Non vado. I can possibly go forward with that N going all around. Like the tongue is here, it has to release shadow vowel, it has to come back out to make the V, right? Not the tongue, but my where the placement of my consonants go. Okay, so the first one I showed you, the one where that is very innocent, nobody really thinks about it. Non vado is the one you want. Now I could do what I think is the right one and exaggerate it, and it would sound funny. So now, what if I phonated on that too long, right? I'm like, I have a new trick. I know my assimilation. So I go out and I go sing for the new conductor, and I go, non vado. You see, I've exaggerated, and I get caught doing it. And they're like, who told you to do that? Right? Oh, my coach. Well, he was wrong, or she was wrong. But your coach was right. You just exaggerated it, right? Non vado. It has to go by so fast, not interrupting your legato. This is all in the interest of elegant singing and a beautiful legato phrase, and not going out of line when you're singing. Okay, going on. Sempre. So sempre. So the M goes into the P, right? It phonates. The first stress is open. The second vowel is closed. A mesa. So stesa and mesa rhyme because they both have stressed closed vowels. Okay? Same thing I said for stesa. Watch the S. A is a strong monosyllable, so you're going to have a double M. Puccini has tons of phrasal doubling. And we're going to go on and write again. Ma prego. See? Another doubling word. Prego. Open E on the stress. The O is unstressed. Right? Double P. Rolled R. Assai. When I speak, I can say assai and hiss the S. When I sing, assai. Il signor. So signore, signor. Closed O on the stress. Vivo. Unstressed O, closed. Sola, stressed O, still closed. Soletta. Closed E. Anything's diminutive, musetta, violetta, it's closed E, double T. So, double T again, you go up to the T, you don't say it, right? Soletta. La. Now this is a strong monosyllable, because it means over there. So this one with the accent, la, over there, oh, over there, la, right? So if you were to have a consonant after it, it would double the next word. We have a vowel in this case, so it becomes a what the Italians call a giro. It goes around. La in una bianca. So you see, these vowels are going around and around and around and around and around. Una, one N. I hear una a lot. Bianca. So here's another N assimilation. You're going to say ka with the middle of your tongue. Bianca. Cameretta. Again, little room. Diminutive. Closed E. Double T. Every E in that word is closed. Guardo. Guardo. Here's another thing, right? Don't start consonants in Italian where you would in English. Hi, I'm American. I speak down here. My name is Bob. Right? This is our natural. We can't think of what to say. Where you know, in the French are and the Italians are like this. That's a neutral position, right? So if you think guardo, a, guardo, guardo. You see what I mean? Not guardo, not down there. Going on. Sui, sui, right? U is the stress. Te, T. This is a closed E, folks. Double T, te, T. In cielo, cielo, one open E, one L. So when we open that again, we're going to start talking about the string instrument, cello, right? Cello, right? Cello. In cielo. You see again, it goes around, around, around. Ma quando is ma again. You had ma prego, double P. Ma quando, right? And again, not ma. Don't chop the vowel. Ma quando. Vieni, viene. All of those open E. Lo sgelo. Gelo, sgelo. So you put an S before something and it intensifies in Italian, right? Forza, sforza, right? Sgelo, gelo, right? To freeze. Sgelo is to thaw. Z. And again, it's a Z. Open E, single L. Il primo, primo. Sole, closed. Open E, mio, double M. Il primo sole mio. Next. Il primo bacio. Here's another one I hear all the time. Bacio. What's that? Bacio. Double C. You can't do that. Bacio. Bacio. So the make the long. Dell'aprile. I hear also dell'aprile, double P, where it doesn't belong. Dell'aprile. So here's a you have all single consonants, right? Except for the double L, right? So aprile. If you want to get the consonants all singular in that word, just practice going aie. This is a great trick. Aie, aprile. See, so, and then it feels exactly the same when you put the consonants back in. Mmio. So strong monosyllable. It's open. It means is. Double M. Germoglia. So the E is unstressed. It's closed. The O is closed also. Germoglia. In un vaso. Here's that funny N again that goes to the vaso, in vaso, not in a vaso, not in, right? In vaso. Una rosa. Una, one N, rosa. Foglia. Open O. Foglia, foglia. What happened to the double? What happened to the second F? It doubles because of the ah is in there, and the ah kind of does a liaison with the other ah, so it's not heard, right? Foglia, foglia, double F on the second one. That's where we know the word ah is in there. La spio, right? The la in this case means it, right? La spio, not over there, right? So weak monosyllable. Così gentile. Gentile. The accent is on the E, so the E is going to be unstressed. The A vowel, right? Così gentile. Now notice I did a slight double G because the word così ends on a stress. Così gentile. So words that end on a stress cause a phrasal doubling. Okay. Il profumo. One F. Rolled R. D'un fiore. Again, there's a funny fricative N that before the fricative. D'un fiore. I exaggerated that time. That was too much if you sing it like that. D'un fiore. Closed O. Flipped R. My fior. My fior. All around, right? Chio. Chio, I. That I. Chio. So the E it gets its own note. Faccio. Again, I did it for singing, right? Not faccio, faccio. Now, the word ahimè, more modern, is to open it. And it can be either open or closed, right? Ahimè, ahimè. Ahimè non hanno. So the first N of non doubles because again, ahimè ends in a stress, right? So hanno has a double N in the middle. So this is a good one for N if you want to practice this because the first N of non is doubled, the second N is single, and then the next in hanno it's a double N. So you have to do double, single, double, right? So ahimè non hanno odore, right? So that's a good one to practice N in single and double N. So hanno, closed O at the end, odore, all closed, flipped R, right? Not odore. That's the common mistake. Altro. See the L sings, right? And goes into the T. Altro. The O is closed. Di me is the strong monosyllable here. If you look at the DOP, that site I talked about, they'll have, just look up me and they'll put a bunch of sentences where me doubles all the time when they're reading. And it's also written out, they've written it out too, which is the best thing, right? So altro di me non le saprei narrare. Saprei, the E is open. Le, L-E, is a weak monosyllable before that. Le. Narrare, double R, single R. So this is a good one to narrare, to practice R, single, double, right? Sono, closed O. La, weak monosyllable. Sua, vicina, all single consonants, not vicina, vicina. Quelle. So K is a strong monosyllable. It doubles the L. Vien, open, but now vien fuori. I exaggerated, but you see it's on the bottom lip. Vien fuori, vien fuori. See how when it goes by fast, you can hardly see it, right? Fuori, open. Open O, U-O, remember? And then R is a flipped. D'ora. So anything having to do with time, orario, the O is closed, right? And sometimes you'll see or, meaning now, or, and then you see or, meaning gold, especially when they get poetic, right? They chop off the final O. So oro is gold. Ora is now. Okay? Or means now. Okay, does that make sense? Or is gold. So d'ora a importunare. I hear all the time, a importunare. No. The accent is on the nare. A importunare. So the O is closed. Okay? So now we've gone through word by word with explanation. So now I will read whole sentences. Okay? And what you want to do in whole sentences is get the arc of the poetry, find the rhymes, and find as few downs as possible. This will give you the longest possible phrase when you sing. Sì, mi chiamano Mimì, ma il mio nome è Lucia. La storia mia è breve, a ttela o a seta, ricamo in casa e fuori. Son tranquilla lliɛta, ed è mio svago far gigli e rrɔse. Mi piaccion quelle cose che han sì dolce malìa, che parlano d'amor, di primavere, di sogni e di chimere, quelle cose che han nome, poesia. Lei mi intende? So everything is up, 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 and it doesn't finish the rhyme, right? At the end. There was only one down before that where the rhyme finished. Going on. Mi chiamano Mimì, il perché non so. Sola mi fo il pranzo da me stessa, non vado sempre a messa, ma prego assai il Signor. Down. Vivo sola soletta, là in una bianca cameretta, guardo sui tetti e in cielo. Ma quando vien lo sgelo, il primo sole è mio, il primo bacio dell'aprile è mio. There's your only down. Germoglia in un vaso una rosa, foglia a foglia la spio, così gentile il profumo d'un fiore. Another down. Ma i fior ch'io faccio, ahimè non hanno odore. Another down. Now, Puccini must have taken forever to write this, right? You have groups of 10 and 15, and he must have read the libretto a bunch of times and said, how do I write this? How do I write this out? So this is how you have all those little groups, all the couplets. Altro di me non le saprei narrare, sono la sua vicina che la vien fuori d'ora importunare. So that you want to get just that one down. Doesn't mean to rush through it. It just means the nare is the one, right? A importunare. Okay? I hope you enjoyed this video. This turned into a long video just because of all the words and all of the assimilations and things. It's a very intricate aria. If you enjoyed this video, please share, please like, please feel free to comment and give me requests. And as always, this in no way takes the place of your coaching, so go see your coach, right? As always, go see your coach.